Imagine you wake up one morning, no alarms, no traffic, no voices outside your window. You check your phone, no messages, no internet, no signal. You step outside, the streets are empty, the shops are open, cars are still parked. But there isn't a single person anywhere. Not one. Somehow, you have become the last human alive on Earth. How long would you survive? And what would happen to the planet after humanity disappeared? Today, the first 24 hours. At first, you might think everyone is hiding. Maybe there's been an evacuation. Maybe the power will come back. Maybe someone will answer your calls. But nobody does. You drive through the city. Every traffic light still works. The stores are full of food. Coffee is still warm in abandoned cafes. TVs are still playing. But there are no people, no police, no doctors, no pilots, no firefighters. For the first time in human history, the entire world belongs to one person. You, the first week. The first few days might actually feel exciting. Every luxury car, every mansion, every supermarket is yours. You can go anywhere, take anything. No one will stop you. But that excitement doesn't last because something far more dangerous is happening. Power stations need people to operate them. Water treatment plants need workers. Fuel deliveries stop. The internet begins to fail. Cell towers slowly shut down, one by one. The systems that keep modern civilization alive begin to collapse. And suddenly, the biggest threat isn't loneliness, it's survival. Nature takes over. Without people, nature doesn't wait. Grass begins growing through cracks in the roads. Animals wander into empty cities. Dogs form wild packs. Birds nest inside buildings. Within months, many streets begin disappearing beneath plants. Within years, entire neighborhoods start falling apart. Human civilization took thousands of years to build, but without maintenance, it begins falling apart surprisingly fast. The most dangerous problem, as cities fall silent, another danger begins to grow. One that most people never think about. Nuclear power plants. These facilities produce electricity every second, but they also require constant monitoring. Engineers, cooling systems, backup generators. Without people, those systems would eventually fail. Modern reactors are designed with multiple safety features. Many would shut down automatically. Emergency systems would keep working for a while, but nothing lasts forever. If cooling completely failed, some reactors could suffer catastrophic damage. Large areas around them could become dangerous for years. Ironically, the last human on Earth might survive loneliness, only to face one of humanity's most powerful inventions, a world that keeps running long after its creators have disappeared. 1 year later, 1 year passes. Silence has become normal. The cities that once echoed with millions of voices now belong to the wind. Roads begin to crack. Trees push through the concrete. Glass windows shatter. Skyscrapers slowly decay. Zoos are empty. Many animals escape into the wild. Some survive, some don't. The pets that depended on humans face the hardest future. Meanwhile, forests continue expanding. Rivers become cleaner. The air becomes clearer. For the first time in centuries, nature begins reclaiming the planet. It is almost as if the earth has started healing itself. 100 years later, a century has passed. No human voices, no cities filled with traffic, no airplanes crossing the sky. The roads that once connected nations are now covered by forests. Trees grow through highways. Bridges begin to collapse. Steel rusts. Concrete crumbles. Nature is incredibly patient. It doesn't destroy civilization overnight. It simply waits. Little by little, it takes everything back. The world's greatest cities, New York, London, Tokyo, Dubai, all slowly disappear beneath plants and vines. Only the tallest buildings remain standing, like ancient monuments, built by a species that no longer exists. If someone visited Earth at this moment, they would struggle to believe that billions of humans once lived here. 1,000 years later, 1,000 years have passed. Almost every sign of modern civilization is gone. Wood has rotted away. Steel has turned to rust. Glass has shattered. Most homes have completely disappeared. Only a few massive structures remain. The Great Pyramids, Mount Rushmore, some giant dams, a handful of stone monuments. Everything else has been reclaimed by nature. Animals now rule the planet. Whales fill the oceans. Forests cover abandoned cities. Life continues, as if humans had never existed. The Earth doesn't miss us. It simply moves on. That may be the strangest truth of all. The planet was here before us, and one day, it will continue without us. Will anyone know we existed? Now imagine, 1 million years have passed. Human cities are gone. Roads have vanished. Every phone, every computer, every book has turned to dust. Even our greatest achievements have disappeared. So, would anyone ever know humans existed? Surprisingly, yes, the Earth would still carry our fingerprints. Scientists believe future intelligent life might discover strange layers buried beneath the ground. Plastic, concrete, radioactive materials, tiny traces that don't belong in nature. These clues would tell a story of a species that reshaped an entire planet. For a brief moment in Earth's history, humans ruled the world. Then, they were gone. Perhaps future explorers, or even visitors from another world, would look at these remains and ask the same question we ask about ancient civilizations. Who were they? What happened to them? And why did they disappear? The final thought, the last human on Earth, would not just witness the end of humanity, they would witness the beginning of a new Earth, a world without cities, without wars, without pollution, without billions of voices filling the air. Nature would continue. The oceans would keep moving. The sun would still rise every morning. The stars would still shine every night. The universe would not stop because the universe has never revolved around us. That may be the hardest truth to accept. Humanity feels permanent, but in the history of Earth, we are only a tiny chapter. One day, every building we ever constructed, every road we ever paved, every name we ever remembered, will eventually disappear. But until that day comes, the story of humanity is still being written, and every one of us is part of its final pages.